guys! My name is Arielle Caputo. Sorry we're running late today. We're having some minor difficulties with our guest speaker. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk. I'm not a talker. And I actually have to take a call at 8 p.m. So it's going to be short. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently tonight. I already received a few questions in, so I'm just going to kind of address those with my personal opinions and hope that it helps. Before I get started, I just wanted to show you guys a couple of books that I really love. Louise Hay, I absolutely love her. She wrote a book called You Can Heal Your Life. It is worth all the $7 I think it is on Amazon. It's very much worth it. It was very life-changing for me. Another phenomenal book is The Alchemist. I love the story. I'm a huge reader. If you haven't heard of The Secret, I definitely recommend Googling it, YouTubing it, researching it. The books are at the library. It's by Rhonda Byrne. She wrote 3. The Secret, The Power, and The Magic. I have The Magic. My favorite book of the 3 is The Power, but The Magic is more of a day-to-day guide. You do it in 30 days, and I am all about practicality, so I love that book. Another really cool book, The Law of Attraction by Rich Germain. This book is just full of so the author collected people's stories from all over the world of people who use the law of attraction. Not sure who going in. These are that have been through hard times, that transformed their bodies, found success in business, found their calling, improved their health. So really good stuff. You guys asked me to talk about more, so that's why I started my show, because it's hard to squeeze everything in 15 seconds. For those that don't know me, I am a published author. My book is Love You, Love Me, Love We, and I firmly believe and stand behind my book. I am huge on practicality, how to get from point A to point B, unhappy to happy, feeling depressed to finding your calling. And so my book it's a daily guide. It's 365 pages, so 1 page a day. Additional success stories and ways to spread love. I wrote the book with the quote, "Our happiness increases with our service to others." So then I was like, okay, how do we help others? So my book is a practical guide for everybody in all walks of life, whether you're old, young, mother, you have no money, whatever the excuse are, whatever the issues are. It's a practical book. So I highly recommend it. It's on paper book and ebook as well. And, you know, everything that I talk about and everything that I do, it all came from my own story, my own place of pain. I went through a time where I was crying every single moment of the day, and I was hurting, and I felt like I was screaming on the top of my lungs for help, and nobody was listening, or they were listening, but they just didn't understand the true depth of the pain I was in. And it got to a point one day where I just kind of went, okay, that's the end, that's it. I don't want to feel this way, and I definitely don't want anyone else to feel this way. So since I don't know how to change myself, I am going to do everything in my power to help others not feel the way I am feeling. I will be the shoulder for people to lean on. I will be the ear for people to cry to. I will be the hand to help people out of that hard time. And that's how I kind of started what I'm doing. And that was the beginning of my journey. So it's not hard. People say it's hard being positive. And I say, no, it's hard learning how to walk after you've had a leg amputated. That's hard. Being positive isn't necessarily hard. One moment. I had no idea how to take that, so I'm going to ignore it. So that's kind of how I got started with doing what I'm doing. And I was saying it's not hard. There's 3 steps. It's commitment, action, determination. You decide you're going to be happy, and then you stick with it, and then you be determined to get to that end goal. Building a castle. Do you build a castle all in one day? No, you have to layer it brick by brick, and that's what you're doing. So you set small goals for yourself, and you place those bricks every single day, and then you get there. And remember, happiness isn't a destination, so when I say you get there, it's not quite the right wording I'd want to use. It's not a destination. Happiness is an internal, it's a state of mind. So anytime you find yourself saying, I'll be happy when I get the new job, I'll be happy when I get the boyfriend, you're not, because it's not a destination, and you can be happy now. It's a state of mind. It's the way you choose to view the world and yourself in the world. So I'm just going to go over a couple questions since we have about 5 minutes left. Here we go. I am trying to be positive, but I keep falling back into negativity. I don't know how to keep trying. I always say, well, we always hear this phrase, garbage in, garbage out. The same thing goes for positivity. So the first question I always ask people is, what positive things are you bringing into your environment? And most of the time we go, I don't know. So then I'm like, no wonder you don't feel happy. You don't have happy things and positive things around you. I have nothing against TV. Nothing wrong with it. I actually have a television in my house. But when I was going through my transformation of being depressed to wanting to feel happy, I wanted to get to a state of happiness and positivity as fast as I could, because where I was at just sucked. I didn't want to be there anymore. So I was willing to do anything I had to do to help me remove negativity. So I kind of monitored myself for about a week, just watching the habits that I had, the routines that I had, the dialogue, the vocabulary that I used, and several methods. One, this is a really good practical game. Do the 24-hour no negativity game. If you have to start with 8 hours or 12 hours, start there. That means not my mouth, not your mouth. So that means for 24 hours, I will not talk negatively about anything or anyone, nor will I let anyone else talk negatively about anything and anyone into my world. And so if you find yourself in a conversation with your best friend, with your sister, your mother, and it's feeling negative, just say, I love you, but I'm going to remove myself from this conversation, and then walk away. And at first, this game may feel hard because you are speeding down a path of negativity. You're speeding down this in one way. And so the goal is to slowly turn the other way. And think about a car going 80 miles per hour. If you jerk the wheel, okay, I'm miserable, I'm depressed, I don't want to be this way, I want to be happy, so I'm going to jerk the wheel and I'm going to go the other way. It doesn't quite work. The car flips over, it tumbles, it crashes. Same thing with us. We're like, it's so hard to be positive, I'm so tired of this, I can't do this. And we've crumbled and crashed. So the key is to slowly turn the wheel, to slowly incorporate new habits, new routines, incorporate new positive beliefs. So whatever you have to do to remind yourself. So for me, I removed the TV, and I said, okay, the last 15 minutes of my, before I fall asleep, will be 15 minutes of positivity. So whether that's going to be I read a book, I will try a new meditation tonight, or I'll listen to a positive podcast. Every single morning when my feet hit the ground, that is my trigger for me to say, okay, I am grateful for, and I fill in the blank, and I'm going to have a good day. And then I get moving. And then there's about 15 minutes of getting ready, and then the time you cook breakfast, so you have about half an hour in the morning. I listen to a positive podcast every single morning, whether it's on positivity, love, happiness, law of attraction, wealth, prosperity. I'm constantly listening to positive podcasts every single morning, and if you want, I could definitely leave a few names that are my favorite. And that's how I get my day started. And in my car. I could also listen to the radio, but I have chosen to not. I listen to a positive podcast as often as I'm driving, whenever I'm driving. So the goal is to incorporate as much positivity in so positivity can come out. And so the 24-hour game is really good at that. Another question is, I am sad all the time. Nothing is working for me. Do you have any tips? Affirmations are powerful. Thoughts are powerful. So the key is to change your way of thinking. All your emotions stem from a thought you entertain. So when you're on this transformational path of coming out of this, it seems like it's every minute, every second almost, where you have to check back in with yourself to be like, why am I thinking positively? Why do I feel like this? And so it can seem hard to constantly be like, okay, I need to replace this with being happy, but I'm not happy, so then it feels like a lie, and then it becomes more and more difficult. So the key here is to feel good as often as you can. So I personally feel you feel good when you're helping others. So I would always say, okay, I'm feeling shitty right now, I'm feeling down, I'm feeling sad. What can I do to help someone right now? Right where I'm at. I don't need to leave my house. I don't need to go volunteer at a soup kitchen. What can I do right now, whether it's online, send a quick text, send a quick phone call to make someone else feel better, which in turn helps us. And so that comes back to my book has so many suggestions for how to do that. Remember, happiness is not out there to find. It's a state of mind. So if you want a different tomorrow, then you need to do something different today. And so as many baby steps, as many positive things that you can start incorporating to make things happier in the future will help you. It's all about baby steps. Another topic I wanted to touch on was everyone makes fun of me. A lot of times when people push our buttons, it's not that they're being mean necessarily. Yes, they are. But usually it has to do with something that's very personal to us. It's like someone saying, you're way too skinny, and then me getting mad at, stop saying that I'm skinny, that's too mean. Well, if you feel bad about being skinny, then you're going to get mad. A good analogy is be like a duck is to water. The water may splash the duck, but the water just runs right off. They're swimming, they're floating in the water. So it's not that you're going to never be in water again, never be in bad times, or have bad things happen to you. It doesn't affect you as much. And that all comes back to self-love and self-empowerment, and that starts within. And so post those positive sticky notes. Post those positive affirmations. Talk to yourself in the mirror. I love you just the way you are, or you're beautiful, or I am enough just as I am. And truly feel these things. I would be that crazy girl driving in my car, crying, wiping my eyes, trying to get to work, and be like, I'm enough. I am enough just as I am. I am enough. What does this feel like? I don't know, because I didn't feel enough. I didn't feel attractive, whatever it is. But I am enough. And I would say these things over and over and over. And when you get out of the shower, look at yourself naked, without makeup, without clothes on, and be like, you're perfect, you're beautiful, because you're me. And that is enough. So put reminders. I also have several alarms that go off on my phone on a regular basis. So when you find yourself going down a negative path or being stuck, and then a random alarm goes off that says, hey, sexy thing, you're beautiful, smile. That was my thing, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm beautiful. Stick my shoulders back, my nose up, and then you keep going. So whatever you can do that works for you. I'm also huge on writing, journaling. Gratitude is the key that can take you from depression to happiness. It is the catapult. We can always, always find something to be grateful for. So I'm actually going to end this call early. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope to see you soon. And remember, happiness comes from within, and it all starts with something that is start your self-love journey today. Good night.